This one's been running for a minute. I've just changed the input crystal from 8 to 25 megs, and I've changed the USB afterwards. I had to change the USB back to 48, which we can see on the right by the cursor. You see, it's strangely, it's passing a lot of time, but it's still stuck on 0%. One of the bad things about this is while this is actually up and working, all of the Windows signal handling stops. This really needs to be done in a background thread, so this box can be ignored or moved, or so that we can scroll up, look at the settings while we're waiting. All right, doesn't have to lock the entire application down. There's no reason that that algorithm cannot run in a background thread. And you see now here it's flickering these numbers intensely, but the numbers aren't actually changing. And you see the numbers here are going through very small fractional increments. Back to the original settings. This just back to 15. We already tried 15, 7.5. I think the software worked with the simpler STM MCUs like the 407, but with the more modern and larger and more complex chips, I think this original algorithm just really no longer works. It's just trying to go through all the permutations for the multipliers and the divisions of the clock, and it's a brute force application. It needs to be more intelligent, in my opinion, to work properly. So still at 0%. So obviously that means that it's not able to calculate the total number of permutations and how long, because the number of permutations is now too large. So this really, to me, shows that STM are not investing in their development tools. This is a company which turns over 16 billion, very profitable, but they are pumping the minimum amount of effort into software tools which are largely developed by third parties or consultants. And it's a mess, in my opinion. I've been working on embedded systems since the 80s, and this one could be good, but just needs a little bit of investment on the part of STM. I'm not talking millions of euros or dollars. I'm talking maybe, if they could put 100,000 euros into an upgrade project for this, over a period of, say, 3 months, just for a couple of good staff, then they could make a major difference in the quality for users. And of course, it's users who are suffering. They're wasting a lot of time, not just waiting for this not to work, but with other features which are badly documented or not documented at all, with a lack of a USB driver which handles class 2, 2.0 class 2 USB, which we've had now for years. It's a very sorry state of affairs. I hate to say this, STM has some great products, but gee, they really need to get this sorted. This is going nowhere fast. It's going to make a very big video which nobody is going to want to watch. I think I'm going to give up at this stage. I'll leave this thing for another 10 minutes and put a comment on the